I need you right now. You could be my black kid mom.
Morning, everybody.
Secretary on the boss tonight. They don't give a fuck what they all say, right? Awesome, the Christian and Christian Dior. Damn, they don't make them like this anymore. I ask, cause I'm not sure. Do anybody make real shit anymore? Bow in the presence of greatness. Cause right now, that has a sickness. You should be honored by my lateness, that I would even show up to this fake shit. So go ahead, go nuts, go ape shit. Let's see in my pants down on my fake shit. Act like you can't tell who made this new gospel. Homie, take 6 and take this. Haters, that don't kill me. Can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now, cause I can't get much longer. Man, I've been waiting all night now. That's how long I've been on ya. I don't know if you got a man or not, if you made plans or not. If God put me in the plans or not. I'm tripping this money, I've been saying a lot, but I know that God put you in front of me. God in hell, cause you front on me. It's 1,000 views, it's only one of me. I'm tripping, I'm caught up in the moment, right? This is Louis Vuitton dine night, so we gon' do everything the kind like. Heard they do anything for a Klondike. Well, I'll do anything for a Klondike, and she'll do anything for the limelight, and we'll do anything when the time's right. Baby, you're making it. Baby, you're making it. Alright, that don't kill me. Can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now, cause I can't get much longer. Man, I've been waiting all night now. That's how long I've been on you. Already will. I need you right now. Don't you worry, will. I need you right now. You know I love that thing. Don't kill me, can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now, cause I can't get much longer. Man, I've been waiting all night now. That's how long I've been on ya. I need you right now. I need you right now.
Notice this makes me want to don my white belt. Look at that. Oh wait, I'm already wearing the truck hat.
You know how long I've been on ya. Since precious on Apollonia. Since OJ had isotoners. Don't act like I never told ya.
That was, of course, Kanye West and Modest Mouse. Masto. Good morning, Dawn. I got a nice message from your mom today on the eBays asking me how I ship internationally. And I told her I'd answer the question on the YouTubes. So we'll get the postcards out. And Popeye, I'm waiting with bated breath to hear these numbers. Oh, nice, cool. Thank you. Almost noon for you. Yeah, I'm a little. Oh. You told her not to do that. That's funny. I mean, in the chat, I'll try to answer. My main focus, of course, is getting these orders here shipped. So sometimes I miss stuff in chat. But if you guys repeat yourself enough times, eventually, I'm going to see it. And if you have a string of questions and you want to come on, we can always drop you a link, and then you can actually come on the show and be a part of the show and ask me questions. And while I concentrate on other things, I can try to answer your questions. Doesn't that sound fun? I think it sounds fun. All right. Question, do I have enough mailers for this? Yeah, we're gonna be close. Probably not. I don't think so. Give me 1 sec. I gotta go. Oh, we got 1, 2 here. I need more. Be right back. Yeah, we started late. I slept in a little bit today, not on purpose. I actually wanted to get up earlier than I woke up, but I don't have an alarm. When the body needs sleep, the body needs sleep, you know? Check this out. So I picked up a bunch of stuff from my guy. And one of the things was this tray. And I started cleaning it off, and I found a marking that this is, where'd it go? You're not going to be able to see it for sure. There it is. Wallace Sterling. Throw that on the scale. Check this out. It's almost 2 pounds solid sterling silver. So I'm going to take that over to my melt guy today. Silver is awesome price right now. So I paid $200 for everything that I picked up from him this last trip. So that right there is, after fees and everything, at least $600 in melt value. I did a little bit of a scratch and acid test on it. It is absolutely sterling. What up, Cody? I had also had the problem this morning of like just everything as I'm pulling orders. There's more orders just coming in, and I even just noticed right now I forgot one, which isn't the end of the world, but that's one of those good problems. Definitely a good problem to have. All right, let's get this international order out first. Somebody paid me times the cost of this card to ship it to. Hi, Buster. You already got your treats this morning. It's a Chrome state card for Washington, like a state map card. Going to Germany. Well, hello. No naps between packing. 2.5 hours back. Okay, Popeye, what are the numbers? I want to hear. What up, Just in Time Flipping? Dawn, we got 19 people in here already. Damn. No naps between packing. No, usually my nap happens the day after packing. Or not the day after, the right after I'm done packing. Except yesterday there was no nap, and today there's probably no nap. Except I am taking the ferry into Seattle, and I swear to God, that ferry leaves the terminal, and without fail, every single time, I'm asleep within like 3 seconds. Is this all you wanted, Buster? You just want to sit on my lap? Okay, we can do this. We're both pros. Yeah, yesterday was not a great sales day. Only ended up around $200. 92 items for $1,300. Damn! Yeah, there's the case for an end and relist. Right? That's let's see here. 92 divided by 28,000. That's a what? 0.03 immediate sell through. So especially if you're in quantity. So let's see, if I were to do the same thing with my 7,000, I could get an immediate 20 sales. Which actually is about how many sold in the last 24 hours. That said, I did, like, in the last 48 hours, I changed every postcard over to dollar shipping and changed my prices. So there's the percentage-wise, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and I'm waiting on 5, so that's 20, and I don't think I have 7,000 yet, but your sell through, I'm at 0.0028 sell through. But those hundredths of a percentage actually mean a lot when you scale it, right? It's the Superman 2 bank robbery theory, or the Office Space bank robbery theory. I prefer Office Space, but Another just. You heard there's well, if you're referring to lobster, he's got he's got a ways to go. If by postcards you mean 1 cent stamp, then yes, you're right. What? A kid. By new postcard guy, you mean live stream for 3.5 hours and list 5 cards? Sup, Cameron? Sure, we'll hear about the ferry ride. Dinosaur made by Slice. Yes, I've sold many Slice dinosaurs. Ugh. Yeah, sleep gunk still in my eyes. Oh man, stuff keeps happening. All right, there was a question on my eBay, which you guys, if you got questions, best way to do it is leave a comment on any video, and I try to get to them all. I think I figured out why I wasn't able to respond to some comments before. I think I got that problem fixed. But let's answer Don's mom's question. And I'm just calling you Don's mom because I can't remember the name. Oh. Somebody sent me a message on a offer on an Miles Davis record that the cover is pretty roasted, but if it wasn't, it'd be like $100 record. So I priced it at $25. Records like VG. And they sent me an offer, or they sent me a message that said, I offer you $15 because the cover's roasted. And I'm like, yes, I know. Buy it or don't. This is not a make offer option. $23 on this? Yeah, I'll do that. Apply with it. Somebody else sent me a reasonable offer on an item that does not have the offer option. So there you go. The menu guy got back to me. Finally. We're still getting your questions, Don's mom. Let's see here. he apologized for being a dick. Basically. He said that I threatened him, and I said, no, I didn't threaten you. I stated my boundary. You already crossed the boundary. I told you I'm not going to let it happen again. Sending me a lower offer than your initial offer is wasting my time, and that's disrespecting me, my items, my time, and here's your warning. If you do it again, you're not going to get you're not going to have the opportunity to buy from me anymore. And I list a lot of menus. All right. Don's mom's question. Both of you, we were in Canada and we use cross-border shipping, trying to figure out how to list matches. Do I put anything in the California section of the listing? I guess I still type in matchbook with matches for shipping label. So I don't ship anything like matches or things that are flammable internationally. The thing that you messaged me through was actually, it's not a matchbook. It's a sewing kit, but it is in... All right, Catherine, hold on. Hold on. Don's mom. Catherine's question. So I won't ship matches internationally. The thing that you messaged me through, Catherine, was not a matchbook. It's a sewing kit that's in like a matchbook thing. When I'm shipping matches, I never fill in any California hazardous blah blah blah. On nothing. I've never taken the time on that. And 99% of what I sell, it doesn't matter anyways. I don't know if even matches qualify. Doesn't the California thing have to do with like carcinogens? I guess so, right? The sulfur, well, I mean, it makes smoke, which then is a carcinogen. So I guess it'd be, it's California, so. Yeah, right. California warning. Use of this product could result in starting of forest fires. Cameron, I sold two of your two more Montana postcards. Same customer. Ah, man. I'm trying to get out the door today, and orders are freaking pouring in. That is not a complaint. I am not complaining. Especially after yesterday, turd sandwich of a day. It's so weird. Yet yesterday was so lame and just boring sales wise. Is this not? Yeah. It's because it's a big one. Stupid Continentals. Yeah, so today's sales have already surpassed yesterday's sales. You just do. Yes, they do, Catherine. You want, and especially feature match books, you do never kick off the matches. You could, I mean, if you really wanted to, if you can't do anything else with them, sure, you can sell just the covers. They're not as valuable though. I haven't gotten a ton of traction on the cassettes, but it's definitely one of those. Duran Duran is actually about to come out with another album and go on tour again. So I think that I might actually get a little, now that there's some more activity on the Duran Duran front, might get a little more action there. Yeah, they're all still. I just saw an interview with them on some radio station. They're all very alive. Do I test cassettes? I tested some of those cassettes. But I also disclosed in the listing I did not listen to every single one of them. Because I really don't need to listen to 100 hours of Duran Duran interviews. Just do not. I listened to basically a random sampling to make sure that what it said was on there was actually on there. And after like the 5th or 6th tape, like, all right, we're good here. I am missing a card. Ah, it fell on the floor. And that one's in a stupid Continental sleeve as well. I swear I separate these. Oh, you know what it is? I haven't separated these yet. These are sleeves from the basement, which I haven't separated out into my Continentals yet. So there you go. But I should stop doing that until they're separated, because every time I do this, it's time. So more sorting in my future. Not today, though. Yeah. This is a word cloud for DJ Assault's song Ass and Titties. This is the word cloud of Ass and Titties. My ex, who is a graphic designer, made it. If you know what a word cloud is, this is a word cloud. If you know what the song Ass and Titties is, this is the word cloud of Ass and Titties. It's not for sale. It's not my design. It's limited run. There's probably 5 other people who have this t-shirt. I could ask if she would give me the design, and I'll put it up on Big Cartel and eBay and split the profits, but it's not mine to sell. Oh, okay. Would you use the words holiday or Christmas in a vintage Norway snow scene postcard? That, yes. I will use any keyword that I think will sell the card that isn't a gross, man, that's another one, man, like misrepresentation of the card. If it's a snow scene and it looks somewhat holiday-like, then sure, why not say holiday? You stole my seat. Can I have my seat back? Fine. Sup, lobster? Found any $1 million stamps lately? Trick question. Why do you bite? It's a love bite. I know. Hi. I mean, 1.2. Ooh. All right. Postcards. Done for now. Next up, sold a check. Canceled check for $2.75 from the Ardmore Coca-Cola Bottling Company to the Ardmore Auto Parts Company. How much did this thing sell for? I have a bunch of them. They were like literally took me 2 minutes to list. $12.71 plus shipping. You were close there. Shit, more stuff sold? What sold? Two more things sold. Sold a couple of poker chips. These are from illegal gambling clubs. I bought these in a lot from Mr. Buys a Lot. These are from the Mississippi DeSoto Camp Canteen Kennel Club. Basically the exact same chip. Person bought two. Sold for, I think, 14 a piece. I want to say 12 a piece plus shipping. That won't fit. No, that'll work. Oops. Nope. It's going to look a little funny, but the label will all get on there. Tape shortage? There's no tape shortage. You know what? We're going to just do the nice thing for my postal carrier. Print them out. A second barcode. It's easier to scan. I always appreciate it. Sold a pen. This is a Lady Schaefer. Very nice, clicky pen. It's got a super cool little floral band on it. This here sold for $54.95 plus $4 shipping. Good morning, Aqua Girl. Justin is still here. He will tell you as well as I. Actually, we'll just do this in a box. Pens, pencils, writing utensils. Great money. If you know what you're looking at and know what's going to be good, or you are willing to do research, I don't like this piece. let's do this. We'll do this. We'll do that. Put that. Do that. Somebody paying $50 for a pen. We're gonna make sure it gets there. Good. Good morning, Ainsley. Sold some skizzers, some shears. These are WIS 705B, I believe. Sorry, CB7. Very, very classic set of American-made pinking shears. I find these all the time. They always sell. If you can find the left-hand version, they sell for a lot more. Come on. Cooperate. Oh, it so wants to go in, but it's not. Yeah, well, I mean, I sold a pair of shears earlier this week for over $50. I mean, if you've got the right stuff, they're like made in America or made in Germany is key. Like writing utensils, like it comes down to like, stuff that has utility is always going to hold value if it's a quality item, right? Things that you can use to do things. Scissors, pens, pencils, wrenches. This one's not big money. It is a Barcelo or Barcelo open end wrench. Sold for $12. Free ship. I'm in the process of getting everything off free shipping at this moment. I haven't made it to the wrench section yet. And I can do it this way, right? Nope. Come on, scrap. Don't do me like this. There we go. That's what I want. As it stands right now, of my 14,500 items, I have about 1,500 still on free shipping. So a lot of them are like I have to go in and update the package details to do. Versus just being able to do them all by category. See, that one's going to go in, no problem. It was just waiting for us. I said you're going to go in, no problem. Oh, he's being a dick. Let's see how it is. There we go in at an angle. Good enough. Just kind of poking there. I don't like it. Save it for another one. Sup, lag, and Jen's Closet Gems. No more $5. The only time there was ever $5 sales with free shipping, there's like 2 multi-quantity listings that I have that have that, and some postcards. So I understand your jab at humor there. I feel like it fell pretty flat on its face, Jen. Good try. B- for effort. If you're gonna drop the comedy, bring your A game. called Grand Funk Railroad's Greatest Hits, which, I mean, you know all of them. They are played pretty much on every overhead sound system at every public store, restaurant, casino, hotel lobby. TGI Fridays, Dave and Buster's. They play a song called We're an American Band, which is bullshit because I know for a fact one of them was not born in the USA. Yeah, I know you all watch for the cats. I knew that was going to happen since day one. I should have just named the channel for them or made them their own channel. And the free battles, PFR. See, Dawn brings her A game. Sold a Laserdisc Quatermass 2. Super old school, like B-movie sci-fi. This took a long time to sell. 2 years. This came from a collection I bought in October, or actually November of 19. So it sold for a whopping $10. Plus shipping. All right. And I had the weight in at 3 pounds and $1 handling charge. So oh man, I'm probably way behind on chat. Meh. Hello, Jersey Gypsy. Yeah, like. Oh, when did you email me? I mean, okay. to a degree, I agree and also disagree with Mark. It's just, I think, comes down to like knowing your cost and what you want to set as your floor value. And also where your make offer tolerance is. For me, my make offer tolerance is pretty much set at $14.95. And I won't always have an offer on a $14.95 card. My floor price is, well, it just changed. What used to be $2.95 free ship, but shipping's only costing me 70 cents. Materials cost me materials are costing me 30 cents. We're just gonna do 2 on this. So, and then fees and all that stuff. So it was working out. I was making, even on promoted, about $1 on those cards. And honestly, that floor value is less than 10% of my inventory. So I try, the thing is that if I'm looking a card up or I'm doing research or I'm listing a pile, it's if I don't list a card that I've just spent a couple of minutes on, it's actually less profitable for me to do that than to just make the dollar and take the extra 20 seconds it takes to list it. If that makes any sense. Like the most expensive thing I can do is break my process. Right? If let's see if I can put it a different way. If you are, let's say you're a baseball player and you swing the bat the same way every time, right? And if you swing the bat differently one time, your success rate for that swing is going to be diminished quite a bit, right? You may eventually get that swing up to the level of where you're currently at, and it may even eventually be an improvement, right? But for the next, number of swings, it's not going to. It's going to not be an improvement because it's not something that you've trained all your muscles for, trained your coordination for. There's a certain benefit and cost savings in repetition. And if you are doing something repetitive, as mundane as it might be, if you break that repetition, there's a cost that comes along with it. So what I think, my belief, and you're certainly welcome to disagree with me, but the cost benefit calculation that I have to make, or I made, is it more expensive for me to break the repetition and not list, or basically does it cost me more than $1 to break this repetition? Or am I going to make more than $1 if I break this repetition. Because really that's what it comes down to. If I don't break the repetition, I make $1. Sold this. This was in my death pile for a while. It's a new old stock shortcut June Taylor thingamajig. So I don't know. For me, I made the equation for myself. We're just gonna do this. Yeah, that'll work. And for me, it was better to make $1 than not make $1. It may not be for you. And believe it or not, those dollars, they add up. Do I prefer to be doing nothing but listing $2.95 or $1.95 plus shipping postcards? No, I'd rather not do that if I don't have to. But if I'm listing $9.95 postcards next to $6.95 postcards, $15.95 postcards, and $20.95 postcards, and I'm just tearing through them, I would rather just get it listed, let it sell, and I'll just add it to the tally. All right, how are we doing on? I like that. We'll just sit. Do not bend on it. Yeah, multiple quantity for sure. If I can do multiple quantity, then yeah, that even makes it easier to make that equation of, do I list a lower price card? I've got a bunch of point raise, like landscape chrome postcards that are like really nothing special, and they came from the postcard lot that I got from Shop Goodwill. Of course, this is going to Pennsylvania. It's like the most expensive place for it to go to. Let's go to Cubic. I can do that. Way cheaper on this one with Cubic. Or 18, 17, 17, 19. And honestly, like, I spend less than 30 seconds researching cards anymore. I'll type in my search term and then I'll do a copy paste on my on the postcard, like whatever my search term is. Oh my gosh, that's a great sale. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, we're gonna have to pull some orders. So I'll use that as a search term, and I'll search available, sold, worth point, and whatever the eBay one is, Terapeak, and just basically cut and paste it into each of the tabs, hit return, go back and just do a quick view of each one. And and then I'll take that same search term and I pop it into the beginning of my listing title. Ooh, I save $1. It's actually pretty good. So I type it once, I cut, paste, and then I paste the final time into the beginning of my listing title. I take all that information I just gathered briefly. Sometimes it takes me a minute or two, depending on if it's something unusual or I want to get a little more information. But usually that's going to be on a card that's worth more money. People, oh yeah, Ainsley, I call them worth point freeloaders, and they can go right to hell. It's $20 a month. Stop being a cheapskate. And don't bother me. All right. Jeez. 7 orders. One really cool order came in. All right. Let's go downstairs. I'll see you downstairs in a sec. All right. That's not harsh. Lag. If you're running a business, it's a business expense. You're not running your business on my business's expenses. You run your business on your own business expense. You can find a friend and split the cost with them. That makes sense. Do that. What month is this? December. All right, somebody bought 5 postcards from me. So it's gonna, we'll see. Is it the same guy? No. Most of them are Oregon except for one, Tacoma. Okay. What? Oh, first one on top. We like it when that happens. That's the one. Sweet. 6th. And we got Portland. 6th Avenue looking south. Should be easy to find. There it is. That's the one. It's posted. Correct. Yes, we good. All right. Hotel Seaside. There's Hotel Seaside. Tillamook Cheese Factory. There's that one. Got it. Cloud Reflections on Crater Lake. There's that one. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Done. All right. Got a lot. Let's see here. 15. That one. Man, that's been listed. That was from even before I was doing anything postcards. That's an old school listing. I'm surprised that's sold. We got a record. Excuse me, Wendy. No nap today. Splitting it with somebody means you're paying half. That's very different than I'm talking about people who go to Facebook groups consistently asking people to look stuff on Worth Point for them. Tracy, to be clear. Nice, Popeye. That's good. Yeah, I've had a bunch of stuff sell, and then the last thing I need to grab. Hey. I don't. I'm not referring to friends and family. Help outs. That's not what I'm talking about. But even then, that can you can wear your welcome pretty thin real quick on that. All right, let's get this rest of this junk shipped. Be right back. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about. No, the show's not over. I'm talking about mostly that kind of shit on Facebook groups where you're just like blasting out to people, hey, will somebody look up this for me? And I mean, I look up stuff for Lobster and Justin all the time. Like, I have no problem doing that. Most of the time, they're not even asking. So, I'm really more referring to public begging for worth point comps. Morning, Amy. Lobster, tell the truth. Oh, wow, that did not work out well. That'll be fine. Yeah, there's many people who look stuff up, like, or who do that sort of thing. I share my Worth Point account with my ex. I don't like. We both have the same login. I'm talking about like public forum begging for Worth Point comps specifically. An Oregon guy that will look up anything anytime. I mean, sure. They can do whatever they want with their own time. I don't. And if if you are comping stuff for people on Worth Point, like publicly, more power to you. It's my pet peeve. It's my opinion. So, Jesus Christ, another thing just sold. All right, sold another record. Coolio, My Soul. Did you know that Coolio sold off his digital rights management at auction about 3 years ago to every song in his catalog? So the people that own the rights to his songs are not Coolio, but it's everybody else on the planet who won an auction for Coolio's rights to Coolio's songs. Personally, I would have probably, if I knew about it ahead of time and I had the money, I would have gone with Fantastic Ride and not Gangsta's Paradise. Which technically, I don't even know if he had the rights to the sample in Fantastic Ride. Where is this going? It's going to British Columbia. Yeah, we're going pirate ship, simple export. I don't care about insurance on this one. It's never actually going to go through the hands of eBay. So, wait a minute. Yeah, that's way cheaper. Lobster, you're not right wing, you're libertarian. You're pretty much textbook libertarian. That doesn't put you on the right wing. That makes you not a wing. And Mark, yeah, there you go. That's your there. You have to do your own like sort of cost benefit analysis. Is the research going to make you enough to justify it? Why isn't this June Taylor? I didn't update in Frank. Wait a minute. I messed something up. I need to avoid that. Ricardo Gago. All right. I messed something up. What did I mess up? Okay, that's weird. All right. What did I ship that's not shipped? Another order just came in. Jeez. Okay, that's fine. I guess we'll find out. I'm not complaining. All right. Well, I don't know what happened, but I bought a shipping label for something. I don't know what it was. There's none of these. Weird. Okay. Sold this flocked bobblehead, weird looking creepy tiger thing. This came from the eBay seller that I bought out a while ago. Wasn't even on sale. Sold for $12.95 plus shipping. Throw that in there. We'll use the paper. This one's wrapped in its foil foil. All right, this next one is pretty cool. It took about a year and a half to sell. This is a sealed vintage Vicks cough syrup. I'm guessing 1950s. Does it have alcohol in it? No alcohol. I think I'm sending it priority though. Anyone care to take a guess how much it's sold for? Without looking it up, I actually sent out an offer. Total order value was $81.56. It sold for $69.95 plus $5 shipping. And guess what? Just got an offer on a pen. Lowballer. Fuck off. thing's gunked up. I need to clean it. The brooch still hasn't made it back to me yet. Sure, Ainsley, do an unboxing. The Vic sold for $69.95 plus $5 shipping. For all those wondering. Sold another one of these Tweety birds. This particular Tweety bird is missing its hand. So sad. Disclosed in the listing. Sold for $14.95 plus $4 shipping. The rest of these, the non-damaged ones, have been selling off for $30. That was a great buy. That whole day of yard sailing for $200 spent, like, so much stuff. There we go. Put it in one of these. Where's my little ones? Little fellers. There we go. I don't want this thing to get any more damage, so we're just making sure it's good to go. All right, sold a lot of Native Americana continental size chrome postcards, 15 of them. $16.95 plus first class shipping. So, you know what? This is a good opportunity to get rid of a bunch of these freaking continental size things and hook up a customer with a nice, well protected lot of postcards. We're buying probably one of the oldest listings in my store that even has some duplicates. Many duplicates. Wow. This is it's funny when the way that Native Americana is, it's even not even fair to call it that, because how it's displayed is very, very like what tourists want to see or wanted to see. It's not like Black Americana postcards, which are often just overtly racist. Native Americana postcards very often are like, oh, there's some chromes in there. Okay. Oh. 2, 3. Sort of like a lot of times like the very much the like white man's interpretation of what Native American culture is. Not always. But, during the like, especially like the 40s, 50s, and 60s, Native American reservations were really tourist attractions. And very often the people who lived there were putting on a show because it was also, tourism was a big revenue generator. Meh. No inner sleeve on this one. Continentals are a pain in the ass. So this, I know where these came from. These were the very first, like, I was at a flea market, and this guy, his name was Mike, had a big bin of postcards that he sold me for $10. And it was mostly Continental. And I started looking them up, and that's when I learned the difference between Continental postcards and your standard size postcards. But, like I always say, you pay for your education, and at the end of the day, this lot, I've sold other lots out of there too, but made all my money back and then some. So I didn't lose money, but I did end up with a huge pile of Continental postcards that I was like, didn't want to list. Luckily, I didn't just trash them. or throw them in the toilet and run out the door. All right. That's more time than I should have probably spent on this, but who knows? Maybe I'll get a happy customer that comes back and spends $1,000 with me. The Continental sleeves actually work well for some of the other stuff I sell, so I shouldn't bitch about it too much. Are those even going to fit? Let's do it this way. What are you doing, Wendy? Looks like mischief. All right. Well, I hope the person who watches this video and knows how much TLC I put into shipping their shit out. That ain't gonna work. Thank you for the positive feedback. Dawn and eBay seller are both correct. There's a reason why there's, those stereotypical images exist, and there's another reason why there's, the efforts to deconstruct those. And, I watched a What the Hales video where he ran around a Cleveland Indians game, like making fun of the fact that they're changing their name from the Cleveland Indians, and changing their mascot. And I'm like, here's a white guy running around asking a bunch of other white people what they feel about, the change in a stereotypical, or really, racist depiction of a Native American. Like, didn't ask one person who was Native American for their opinion. It was just this is a Hazel Atlas vintage slap chop. Like, for all the people who are like up in arms about the Redskins thing, and what makes you qualified to have an opinion on that matter? Honestly, that's really what it comes down to. All right, we're going priority. I mean, if you've got a house and somebody moves in next door, and let's say your name is who do I want to pick on? Let's say your name is Thrifty Lobster. Somebody moves in next door to you, and they put up a sign that your house looks straight out at, and that sign says, "Thrifty Lobster sucks." Right? Or, you're not going to want that person to just leave that sign up in your face all the time, right? That's kind of bullshit. And you would probably, take whatever action is necessary to make sure that sign came down, right? Because it's offensive to you. You didn't do anything to deserve it, right? And honestly, for the person who put up that sign without any reason, what justification would they have for leaving it up, right? If you took it to any court of law and said, "Hey, this person, is there is obviously there's free speech and a law, but he's putting up a sign that is clearly causing me harm for no damn good reason." They just randomly moved in one day and they put up this sign that says I suck. I don't suck. Maybe that sign is protected under free speech, but typically, free speech does not protect hate speech. And, putting up a sign for the only purpose of harassing Thrifty Lobster does fall under hate speech or harassing speech. And that isn't technically protected. Where's this going? Wisconsin. All right, I don't even need to bother with the measurement. I agree that it doesn't rank. I disagree. Words do have meaning and power. However, it's only as much meaning and power as you choose to allow them to have. Often, not always. There's an old episode of Leave It to Beaver where Beaver decides one day that he's got this go-kart, and he decides that he's going to go on a joyride all through town. And what happens? Well, the beeve gets pulled over and scolded by a police officer, taken back to his house. And his parents aren't home. Somebody else is actually taking care of him. And he knows he's made a mistake. He comes in, and his parents do not punish him, or whoever is taking care of him don't punish him. And the reason they gave at the end of the episode, the fuzzy, warm and fuzzy at the end, was basically like, you know, you did something bad. The result of telling a child over and over and over and over again that they're a bad child is that that's how you create a bad child, right? If you drive something into somebody long enough, eventually they're going to come to believe it. Relates perfectly to something like a stereotypical image of somebody, or even the Confederate statues. The Confederate statues, they were not erected right after the Civil War. They were erected at the turn of the 20th century, again during beginning of the civil rights movement. They were specifically intended to intimidate, to remind African Americans who was in charge, and serve as a reminder, essentially, that using as an intimidation tool. Sure, just having a statue doesn't necessarily mean anything right on its own, but when you are creating an environment that is sending a consistent message to people over and over and over and over again for years and years and years and years and years and years, that has a psychological toll on a specific person, but it also has a more general psychological toll on a population, right? That is institutionalized racism. That is what people are trying to dismantle now, right? They're trying to take apart the various parts of this institution, and sometimes it's more obvious than others, and sometimes it's pretty subtle. So, when people are talking about institutionalized racism, they're not just talking about like, was it the preferred hiring practices or whatever. It goes far deeper than that, and it's often very, very subtle. Actually, not just old rich white ladies paid for the statues. Many, many municipalities paid for them. Many local governments do. You can find a lot of the debate, even the paperwork to fund them, are a matter of public record. All right. Okay. So eBay seller, there are some Daughters of the Revolution statues out there. Daughters of the Confederacy. Sorry. Yes, that's a different thing. There's Daughters of the Confederacy statues, but there's also specifically statues erected by governments. Okay. Whew. Well, we lost half of our viewership on that little rant. Man, I got 3 more orders came in. I feel like I should probably get these out because it's going to be a late start tomorrow. Amy, if you're still here, I'm sorry, I'm going to be late. All right. Let me put the stuff out first. At the end of the day, what I honestly think is that, you know, white people, your opinion about changing a sports mascot from something people find offense to is invalid. So, all right, let's see if we can get these last 3 out real quick. I'll see you downstairs. All right. Sold Janis Joplin with hits. Johnson of Singles Springfield, Missouri. Pretty sure that's the one. Yep. Sorry, I hear the echo. No Tootsie to it. All right, got it. Let's go. Boom. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: is there are still people out there who say that racism it doesn't exist, uh, who maintain that everybody is afforded the same access to opportunities and resources in the United States of America. That is patently a false belief. Uh, and the reality is, unless you are actively doing something to attempt to dismantle the institution and social construct that is racism, and that's really what racism is. It's a social construct. It's not an act, right? There can be a racist act, right? Racism is a social construct, right? Um, and I think part of the problem is that when we look at racism and bias in the United States, most often, that we treat it as if like you are, committing a crime or something like that, or like rather than just merely identifying it and then seeking to correct it, which is a far more positive way about it. But the last thing, and I'm going to use a sweeping generalization here, but the last thing white people want to hear is that their opinion doesn't matter. Which, when it comes to whether a thing is racist or not, honestly, like, your opinion doesn't matter. If somebody who's in a minority is taking offense at a categorization or depiction that you've put forward, and they tell you that it's racist, honestly, if you're white, you ain't got shit to say. Except for, I'm sorry I've offended you. Maybe you can explain to me in what way that this is offensive, and so I can not make that mistake again in the future. That's the right answer. Be right back. People who maintain that taking down Confederate statues is somehow erasing history. I mean, the reality is it's not erasing history if you take one down. It's misrepresenting history if you leave it up. Right? I've said this many times. At the minimum, those statues should be moved into museums where they can really provide the historical context necessary around how they were created, why they were created, when they were created, right? Leaving it just as a monolith up to the person in a public space is not appropriate. Right? In what other scenario has the United States ever erected monuments to insurrection forces? That's true. That, yes, Don, you're correct, right? I agree with that. That's not necessarily going to be appropriate in every scenario, and yeah, sometimes it's not appropriate to ask somebody to educate you. You should be doing your own work. But that's another thing that white people don't like to do. It's their own work. Catherine, I don't know how many sales I've had today. Let's see here. It's actually not that crazy. It's just the timing that it's coming in while I'm shipping. But we are cut off. Shipping cutoff has happened just now. out. Got some offers to send out real quick. Shipping in the afternoon. Well, it's still technically morning, and we're done for today. Let's see here. Returns. Got a return coming back today. Apple's orders coming back today, or coming in today. Nice. Okay, we're done. I got to get my ass on the road. All right. Good talk, everyone. I know that this is sometimes pretty touchy subjects and sensitive for everybody, but everyone behave themselves, and good job. Amy, I'm running late. So that's it for today. Thank you, everybody, very much. If it's your first time here, please make sure you're subscribed. Hit that like button on your way out, and we'll catch you on the flippy flop. Might start a little bit late tomorrow. We'll see. Take it easy.